Hi, this is Janos, Real World Audio, and many of you have asked about my website. And I don't really have a quote unquote website, but I have something that's like a blog that I started developing actually years before I started doing the YouTube channel, the Real World Audio blog. And actually mostly it is about music and music reviews. So for those of you who want to uh, hear my recommendations and thoughts about music, about LPs and CDs mostly, because that's what I listen to. But of course, you can stream any of those stuff if you find them. Then you will find, I think, several hundred of these notes really that I took firstly just for myself because I just decided that okay, I'm just going to take notes of what I hear, what I listen to, because just like impossible to remember all of those catalog numbers and which is the one that I listen to on what state of my system, just to tie them more directly to certain experiences. But of course, that's not true for everyone. I have a friend, Big Eric, and he has a photographic memory and he knows all of his records by catalog numbers. And he has the most insane LP collection anyone I know of. Of course, there's that guy in Brazil who has millions of LPs. He has of course much more than Eric, but Eric knows them all by catalog numbers, and he can like write on top of his head. If you're at a record sale, he's like, oh, this is the number, the catalog number that I don't have yet in my collection. I have the one before that and after that, and then he knows by heart which are those records, and then he can tell you about the pressings and just astonishing. uh, but I do not have that sort of memory, so that's why I just started writing down my impressions initially just in a notebook. And then I realized that when I can easily lose the notebook. When I moved, then I had difficulty finding it, and when I found, where do I place that notebook? It can go anywhere. So I decided, well, just type it up on the computer, and then if I'm typing it up, why not put it up on a blog so you can read it as well and not just me. So how do we get there? So let's see. You are watching one of my videos like this, and then you can get to the channel homepage by just scrolling down, and it says here real wait, what I'm doing, just go back. There it says there it says Real World Audio, right? You can read it. If you click on it, it will take you to my channel's homepage. So in any video, when you click on the channel's name, it will take you to the channel's homepage. And that's YouTube basics. And there you will find these tabs: home, which is usually the least informative tab for any page; videos, the videos tab contains all the videos; playlists, that contains my playlist. I'm going to talk about that in a different video, but that's the best way uh, to find material on my channel. That will help you the most to find the stuff you're looking for. But that's not for this video. There's a page called community, and there, look at that. That's where I have my poll at what do you guys want to hear, and it's currently going very, very strong. I already have 129 votes about it, so I'm going to talk about that in an upcoming video as well, on what's the outcome and what do you want to hear, and and I'm going to answer it and act on it, on the poll results. And then when you click on about, and about, there's a description there. And when you look at the description, it starts with blog, and there's the web address. So open up that address, that HTTPS, blah, 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 and that will take you to my blog. So if you like copy and paste that URL into your browser, it will take you right here. So it will take you to the Real World Audio blog, and I have some, how should I do it? I have some talk like blah 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 on the first page, all sorts of stuff, and you see it there. I put on a view counter just a few months ago. 177 views. That's astonishing, right? Probably half of that is me editing the page. So maybe, I don't know, maybe like 10 people have seen it. I don't know. Anyway, so it's not the most popular and not the most well-known website on the planet. But, look at that. If you go here, there are some stuff on the top. One of them is music, home music. If we click on music, it doesn't say too much. You can't see anything, but you see there's that little arrow next to music. You have to click on there, and that will bring up stuff like pop rock, classical music, labels, mono, jazz, Darwin Awards, and jams. So these are just my arbitrary categories where I was placing music. And when you have those signs like the down arrow, you should click on the down arrow because it's going to bring up tabs. And really my classical music, that's the folder that has 99% of my music reviews. So most of it is of classical music. And then you have by ages, medieval and ecclesiastic music, baroque, operas, romantic and modern, and classic era. And when there's a tab, you can go like baroque period, you can go, these are the ones that I have uploaded. You have Dietrich Buxtehude, Johann Sebastian Bach, Handel, Rameau, and Scarlatti. Well, Rameau is kind of like the very end of the Baroque, but it's still, yeah. I put him here, and why not? So, and then when you click on any of those, like let's say click on Handel, then it takes you there, and then I list various works, and look, just like Handel's Messiah, and this many different records of Messiah, different editions, different versions, and my impressions of each. So these actually were all in my collection and more, not just them. Now I have selected them. Now the ones that got the thumbs down, they went out. I said goodbye to them. So now I have shrunk them down really significantly. But that's what I do with all of my music. That I have this really big record collection, and I'm not just sitting on it. I'm listening to it, and I write. Not all of them. Sometimes it for like half a year or a year, I don't get to write down anything on the records, but it doesn't mean I haven't listened to anything. It's just I didn't have the time to type this. But sometimes I'm in that zone and I just write down everything, and then this page grows. But so there were like bursts when I entered much stuff about music that I'm listening to it. Lately, I haven't really added anything the past year or so. During the first COVID year, I added a ton of reviews, probably a couple hundreds. But the why is this music review I'm sharing is totally different from anything else you read, because when you look at LP recommendations like the Absolute Sounds list, or let's say whatever else, then what they say is always like these are the best sounding records and the absolute sound or whatever top. But it's kind of I always thought that that's really not informative, because they are not giving you their references, what is compared to the top, what did they think about as like a good sound, what do they think about as their mediocre level, and what is a really bad one. because when you have the whole range, that's what really gives you the impression what it is really to be a music lover, to find the whole range, the actual variety of music that's out there. And I'm giving a very different point of view compared to what uh, some of these outer space reviewers are doing, that I'm giving the whole gamut from like, so for example, what I call here, if you click on music, oh, let's just go music, it says Darwin Awards. So those are music that I found which are like the absolute worst ever. Like either like extremely bad recordings, like the engineering was done at a abysmal level, or maybe the conducting style was so outrageous that it deserves a Darwin Award. And and in a normal society they would be just called out from the from the library of music. And interestingly not, they still survive, and there's plenty of really crappy music riding on the shelves in the record stores, or in the digital format as well. But that's what I think as a Darwin Award, and I also explain why something got the Darwin Award and what's the rationale behind that. And also how I'm giving my recommendations is that I'm not just going for sound quality. Because, for example, Arthur Salvatore and the Absolute Sound, both of these recommendations, they just go for recording quality. How was the mastering done? How was the miking done? How was the pressing done? And that's it. And they don't look at the interpretation. But to me, really, that aspect, that the mastering, recording, everything, if it's done nicely, that's absolutely fantastic. And we should really applaud it and thank the team who has done that fantastic job. But if the interpretation is then that recording for me should be like used as a frisbee, or in the digital space used be like the delete or trash button. And why is that? Because it's, I think, for a music lover, the number one most destructive thing that you can do is to listen to a really bad interpretation because it was recorded at a stunning, fabulous way. And because it was recorded in such a nice way, you are going to listen to it again, again, and again, and it's going to instill to you a really distorted view of music. It's going to turn you into, I would say, like a psychopath about music. It's like you are not going to be able to navigate the world of music because you are getting the junk. It's if we would go like with the food analogy, then the what you eat, like the conducting and the interpretation, it is like the nutritional value of the food you eat. So that when you eat the food, the most important aspect of the food, that it nourishes your body, refreshes your mind, and gets you the energy and sustains you so you can stay healthy on the long run. And the way that food is presented to you, it is going to affect your appetite, whether you want to eat that food or not. And that's the recording quality. If it's recorded in a very nice way, it makes it appetizing to you. But if the interpretation is junk, then that means that that piece has no nutritional value. It's not going to nourish your mind, your soul, your heart, and it's going to turn you into a really, really skewed and distorted mindset and distorted spirit. And why am I saying this? Because look at all of the, uh, I would say, excellent musicians who really are geniuses, like Vangelis, for example, and all of the higher level conductors who really have an aura, who have an effect on the orchestra and on the audience. They will all tell you that music is not just like playing the notes and you can listen to it and wow, that was the cleanest violin, or the saxophone, I could really hear those two notes very distinctly. That's not what music is about. Music is about inspiring you, it's affecting you, it's transforming your life. And you need a good interpretation to have a positive transformation in your life, to help you, to help you grow, to help you mature, to nurture you. And when you have those bad interpretations, it's going to drag you down and just keep you permanently in a mindset that prevents you from enjoying music. That's really, really critical. So I think one of the key reasons why the majority of audiophiles are so disillusioned and are so hungry for a fulfilling experience, because we are listening to a lot of music that really just drags you down and it does not nourish your soul. It fulfills one primary purpose: to feed the hunger in your belly for a higher resolution system, a more expensive system, so you spend more and more and more and more and more and more. And I'm not saying that if you want to spend more, just do it, whatever, but it's not going to settle the hunger in your belly. What's going to settle the hunger is when you are start to listen to nourishing music. And that's what my blog is about, sharing my opinion about it and what I find as nourishing music, and what I find as music that's going to put you into a mind frame that's going to be harmful for the rest of your life. And that's not going to help you grow towards happiness, but it's going to drag you down. And whatever problems you have, it is going to amplify your problems. Music is extremely powerful, and treat it as such. Treat it with the dignity it deserves. And yeah, that's what really this blog is about. Just talking about music. It also has additional tabs, which but most of it is really massively underdeveloped. I do not have a fraction of the time to really take care of it. So from time to time I just go into it, correct a few things, rearrange a few things, but it's really just, you see, it's a mess under construction. So there's a tab from the YouTube channel, and that's basically like I'm just collecting a bunch of comments that you post on the YouTube channel, so that it helps me to find those comments and then I can address them in a video answer, because it's really, really hard to find some comments, because YouTube is not giving me a tool to search between the comments. So like search for, I remember like when I get a post, like who posted that comment, but I cannot search for the poster's name. And I can just go to a specific video and look at the post, but I don't know. I'm getting comments like 2 years on videos 2 years ago, so it's like I would need to look at hundreds of videos to just find who posted, and it's not possible. Sometimes I spend like half an hour looking for a comment, and I just can't find it. So this is helping me a little bit, and but also I'm doing that so that if you wanna go there and read some of the points that I find interesting and important for all of us, all of you to read and find and just to think about it, give you food for thought, then you can find it there. And I also have a little tab, audio gear. Let's see what's in there. That's like super underdeveloped still. And there you see two tabs, baby darling, pure darling. So those are helper pages for the darling project. So you will find a lot of material and additional stuff, and but very few stuff in there as of yet. So it's mostly about the music for now, and just have fun, enjoy going through that. There's no feedback mechanism on it. This is, I'm using Google Sites to develop it, and there's no tools for that Google Sites give me for user feedback. So if some of you know about it, how to put a code in it that allows feedback, like that would be great. Just let me know, and I can update the site with that. So please like, subscribe, and check out my little blog. And if you forget what's the link to it, it's in my channel homepage. Click on the about, and it's right there, first line. Can't miss it. Bye bye.